Hey guys, I want to talk about a vision that I just had for a piece of software, which might be able to optimize a user's experience to be useful, and more importantly, to be really cool and to feel really good for both someone who's trying to provide a utilitarian experience, and then also just as a sweet dopamine hit. Because if computers are good for anything, let's be honest, it's because they're fun to use. And if they're not fun to use, then it's a missed opportunity. Um, so look, I've spent a lot of time, you know, hours, weeks, months, years of my life writing software. And the experience of a person writing software, like while they do it, it's this very iterative, feedback loop. You're getting a hit. You run something in command prompt, and then you get some feedback, and you see the error, and you go chase down the line of code in the file where there's a problem, and you fix it. Okay, the error goes away, but you get a different error. You change a couple things, you see how that changes your process. And it's kind of this, like, you can build yourself these little stethoscopes or these little viewports into what's happening in your code, and you, as the designer, can begin to appreciate the complexity. And to understand all the moving parts, and you can have names for that architecture, but then ultimately to the end user, you're trying to make it smooth and easy for them so they can hit a couple of toggles, or the thing can be self-configuring or whatever, and then it all just works, right? So they don't at all get that iterative experience over time, that relationship that you get with the complexity of the code while you're building it. They just get something that's very functional for a user. The thing that they wanted works. Now, if you're someone who's designing user experiences and novel user experiences that might not have existed, you're trying to make something delightful and to help make someone's life easier, that can be, a button, a right-click context menu tool that allows someone to do an action, right? I mean, we have this paradigm we exist in. I expect there to be some right-click option to find the thing that I want to do, whatever it is. So what if there's something that's not a video, it's not an animation, it's not a game, but it is something that happens over time. It's not a one and done. It's not just a quick click and then it does the process. What is an experience that you can have on a computer that will be engaging? And I think the answer might be real-time analytics, where you could ask, say, hey, let's say in SharePoint, let's say part of the SharePoint framework, there is a function that allows you to unpack the complexity of a set of files and a body of work. Because that's really all this is. The computer allows you to perform and to store a body of work. That's from a human perspective. Of course, it also allows things to be automated, that are things that we don't need to worry about. But the tip and the tail of this thing, what we really care about, is producing and securing a body of work. And so then you have a way to experience a body of work, kind of like a gallery, or like, you've seen on your phone. It'll say, hey, these are pictures you took last month. Do you want me to aggregate them into a video? So that type of experience, which can be a little hokey, but now we're saying, hey, I have all these engineering drawings from a certain project that construction has been doing, with a contractor for a year, and I need to understand everything that's inside of these documents. I need an AI to analyze everything that's inside of a directory, a database, a data, what do they call it in SharePoint? A document set. Look at everything, explain it to me. I can ask questions. How does it fit together? Just based on the architecture, a lot of this should be inferred. And then you can begin to understand the body of work, and then you can ask, hey, so if I want to utilize these documents a certain way, how would you recommend doing that? Where are my opportunities for automation? Where are my opportunities to open up a REST API to serve certain portions of this data upon request? What are my opportunities for filtering I should be looking at? And so, it's something it like generates on the fly, kind of like a video experience, sort of. It's visual that's showing you, hey, here's what you have, going through your entire set of documents, your entire file hierarchy, you know. But then you can also like stop and ask questions, and you can add things, and you can tell it like, hey, start over, and it will be impacted by whatever you added. Just a thought.